No.
Yes, hello. See, students, I hope this is your computer class, is it?
Yes.
Yeah, Ganesh sir is teaching you. I know it. But as today he is on leave, so I'm conducting your class. Okay.
इससे अच्छे तो लीक तो देते।
Okay. Good morning, students.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning.
Good morning, ma'am.
Yeah. I know this is your second lecture of the computers. I hope, is it? Your first lecture was conducted by Ganesh sir on Friday. Or this is a first lecture?
Second lecture, ma'am.
Second lecture. Can anyone tell me what Ganesh sir taught in last session?
Basic explain about number system.
Basics of the?
Like binary and all.
No, ma'am.
systems, like if our account or email is hacked or not, like that.
Okay, only general things. So not started with the actual syllabus.
Yes, ma'am.
So has he taught number system?
No, ma'am.
Not yet, ma'am.
Slides.
Not yet, ma'am.
Okay. So I know he has not started with the number system because first 1 or 2 lectures usually we are taking to introduce this subject. Okay, so as previous was the first session, and today we'll see. I will continue with the same, and if time permits, then we'll start with the number system. So today we'll see again what is the computer and what are the basics of the computer. Okay. Is my screen visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So as you know that you are going to be part of shipping industry. Okay. So can anyone tell me on ship, that on board ship, where this computer is used?
Ma'am, navigation bridge.
Yes, navigation.
Engine control.
Engine control room.
Engine control room.
Which are the other places where we are using it?
Accounts.
Yes.
In the ship's office.
Yes, in offices they are using. So if you see, everywhere we are using this computer, because many times what happens, students are asking why we are studying this computer subject. Means we are going to be an officer, we are going on ships, and why we are studying this computer subjects. So for that, if you see, everywhere we are using this computers. So you can see this diagram. Now this I have taken it from the internet. It is general purpose, means on board every ship has this softwares and every ship has these systems. So you can see that here on the left hand side, you can see onboard integrated softwares. So use of computer is, it doesn't mean that only means for what purpose we are using. We are not using it like a screen. We are not using it like a monitor. Okay. So behind that, some softwares are working, and these softwares are for some dedicated task. Okay. So you can see, just example I'm giving you here. So you can see various softwares like plant maintenance system, then supplies systems or crew management, document system, vessel operations, live vessel for performance monitoring. And here you can see in financial modules, marine accounting, budgeting, exchange rate, fixed assets, marine claims, or you can see here in commercial systems or technical modules in office. So here these are the technical modules which are used in office, and here these are some of the examples which are used as a commercial systems in office, means port expenses, voyage estimation. So if you see, for every task we are using the computers. Is it for every task? Means now we are not maintaining the diary, we are maintaining it, but up to its use is minimized. Is it? Everything we are storing online nowadays. If you are going to meeting, sometimes everyone is not carrying a diary. That means we can have notes of the meeting, we can have minutes of the meetings in our mobile phone itself. So everywhere we are using the computers doesn't mean only the desktops or laptops. Your smartphones, phones, mobile phones, or you can say tabs, smartwatches. These are nothing but these are the computers which we are using. So though you are from the shipping background, you are using computer on daily basis. Okay, if I ask you that don't use mobile for 5-10 days, that is not possible for you, because for everything means for chatting, for studying, for watching movies, or for any video watching, for everything you are using this mobile phone. If communication breaks, if the phones are not there, then nothing like that. Okay, so everywhere we are using this computers. That's why this computer subject is there in your study. Means though you are on ship, now you know that autonomous ships are there, that autonomous ferry boats are there, which are crewless. Okay, so all computer systems are there. So if you know the basic, you can handle if any occurs, if any bug is there, you can, if any problem is there, you can handle that problem if you have certain knowledge of the computers. Okay, so every time is not the case that someone is there to help you. Sometimes you have to tackle the problem, you have to troubleshoot the problem. So that's why the subject is there in your syllabus. So we'll see this. What is the computer? So what is this computer? You can see this. Some points are there on the screen. What is computer? Yes, anyone? Sahil? Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So anyone tell me what is computer?
An electric machine that can find, store data and information.
Yes. Any other definition?
A device which reduces the human efforts and time.
Exactly. So in definition itself, you can see characteristics of the computers or why we are using the computers. So computer is an electronic device. Okay. And we are saying it is an electronic device. So that time, we are passing the electricity, is it? And always it is counted in terms of on and off, is it? Always it is counted in terms of the on or off. So whenever it is on pulse is there, we can say it is 1. Whenever off pulse is there, it is 0. Okay. So that's why computer's language is 1 and 0, means computer understands the binary language, which is in terms of the 1 and 0, on off. You can see this computer stores large amount of data. Now our human brain is also a computer, is it? Human brain is also a computer because it can store large amount of data. It can take the on-spot decisions. Okay, it can predict the things. But if you see the computers as compared to the human brain, we can forget certain things after a few days. But this is not case with the computer. So computer can store large amount of data. It is in gigabytes, terabytes, etc. Nowadays, we are using hard drives. We are using, we want extra RAM for our system. These computers can perform operations on data. Okay, this as our brain is performing, computers also perform the operations on data. Which are these various operations? There can be different kinds of operations. This can be arithmetic, can be logical. So any kind of computations can be performed by this computer given data. This computer is performing given function on the data and it displays the result as a output. Always we know that we are giving some input. Okay, I'm using I/P as a short form of input. Then we are having some processing unit that is nothing but the CPU, and then it is generating some output. Okay, so always here we are performing some function, and to that function we are passing some data, and whatever operations are there, these operations are applied on the data, and then we are generating a output that is nothing but our result. Next, see what is the property of the computer. It processes data whenever it is needed. Okay, it's not like human that today I'm tired, so I'm not going to perform this task. So computer always processes data whenever it is needed. And you can see this word, that is to compute. So the name of the computer, or we can say this word computer, is derived from this action itself, that is to compute. It computes, it calculates, okay, it performs various operations. That's why its name is the computer. Next, see what is the process. Okay, so here this computer works on data as per the program, which is called as the process. Now see, for everything there is some process. Okay, are you listening to me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, yeah. So you are there. So works on the data which is called as the program. Now what I'm saying, suppose you are attending a class or you want to attend a class. So for that also some process is there, is it? What is that process? First, check the timetable when computer class is there, then credentials, join the class, and then attend the session. So this is the process. And for that process, some data is provided. You can see some list time then the name password, but the data which is used by the program, and this whole is called as the process. Means stepwise description of any action is called as the process. If you want to perform any task, so its stepwise description is nothing but the process, and this computer works with the help of process, because computer is a machine after all. It is a machine, so it doesn't use its own brain. Means if I'm saying C is equal to A plus B, so we know what is the meaning of this plus sign, that we have to add these two numbers A and B, but computer is not knowing that this meaning of the plus sign. So we have to interpret that command, or we have to interpret its meaning. We have to train the computer that yes, whenever there is a plus sign, you have to do addition. Whenever there is a minus sign, you have to do subtraction, like this. So this is nothing but the process, and computer always works on the process. Here, this processing means operations. And which are the operations? Some are the calculations. Always we are performing computations, and if you see, though human brain is faster as compared to the computers, but whenever there comes a case of calculations or computations, this computer is faster as compared to the human brain. Okay, can anyone now, who's there? Nilesh Patil is there? Piyush Kumar?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, Nilesh is there. Okay. Nilesh, आपको 16 का टेबल आता है?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. 16 Faiza? Yes, Nilesh?
180, ma'am.
180. Okay. So you can see few seconds are taken here for the calculations. So this is not case with the computers. It's faster and accurate. So computers always performs the calculations in a faster way as compared to the human brain. Now, you can see this not only performs the simple calculations, but this computers always processes the logical decision making. So which are the logical decision making? That and, or, nor, these are the logical operations, means if this first condition is there and if this second condition is there. So some logic we have to apply. So this kind of logical decision making is also performed by the computers. Computers are outputting data. They are always generating some result as an output. And computers communicating with other computers, okay, in LAN connections, on whenever they are interconnected either by physical connection or through the internet, Wi-Fi, etc. And through it, they are communicating with other computers. So this is about the process. Now, you can see here units of the computer memory measurement. So always there is a unit for everything. That for solid measuring, we are having kg. For distance measuring, we are having kilometers, meters, etc. For liquid measuring, we are having liters. So like that, this is the units of the computer memory measurement. Now you can see, as I said, this computer is a electronic device and it understands only the language of zeros and ones. Okay, so whenever we are saying 0 and 1, so this individual beat, it may be 0 or it may be 1. So this individual digit, it is called as a beat. When we are talking in terms of computer language, individual digit, it is 0 or it is 1. This is called as a bit, or which is also called as a binary digit. Then you can see whenever we are writing like this, suppose 1010, I'm writing 1000. So how many bits are there? You can see these 4 and this 4. So this 8 bits together, they are called as the 1 byte. 8 bits, whenever 8 bits together, they are called as the 1 bytes. So from that, you can easily understand the next unit. Whenever 1024 bytes are there, it is equal to 1 kilobyte. Okay, when 1024 megabytes are there, 1024 kilobytes, it is equal to megabytes. Then comes your gigabytes. Then here it's terabytes, petabytes. Whenever this 1024 petabytes, which is equal to 1 exabytes, zettabytes, yottabytes, like that. So here this geobyte is the highest memory that computer can store. So remember, up to at least this terabyte, remember this conversion. Okay, so 1 megabyte, kilobyte, then megabyte, then gigabyte, and then terabyte. For MCQs, questions can be asked like this. Now, we'll talk about the characteristics of the computer. So here you can see the list that speed, arithmetical and logical operations, accuracy, reliability, storage, etc. We'll talk in detail about each and every one. Now first see speed. Now in today's world, we want this speed in everything. Okay. So best example of this is whenever you are browsing an internet, that time, uh, if its speed is less, then you will not use it. That yes, today's server is down, and so that I will not use this internet today. Okay, instead of that, I will prefer to play or sleep like that. So speed is important. See, 10 years ago or 15 years before, the speed of internet was very less. And as this initially Reliance started giving the free data of this 1 GB for one day, like that. And then we have habitual of that kind of things. And now if you see, if we have 1 GB of data for one day, then also it is insufficient. Just a minute. Okay. So nowadays you can see that if 1 GB or 2 GB of data for one day, then also it is insufficient for us because we want speed. And as speed is increased, higher amount of data is used. So in everything we want that speed. And this is the main property of the computer, that yes, someone has unmuted. Any doubt? So today's computers are very high in speed. Okay, they are having fast performance. Now, second characteristics of computer is that it has arithmetical and logical operations. It's performing arithmetic and logical operations. So you can see just a minute. What are the components of computer? You have input devices. This input device accepts the inputs from the user. Then it has CPU. In CPU, again, we have memory, then arithmetic logic unit, and then we have control unit. It processes the data and then it generates a output. Okay, so second characteristics of our computer is that arithmetic and logical operations. So you can see always input devices are accepting the inputs from the user. Which are the input devices? Keyboard, mouse, scanner, camera, okay, joystick. These are the input devices. And this input is provided, or this input is stored in a memory. It is always stored in memory, and whenever it is required, it is transferred to the ALU and output devices. So here, this separate unit is there, that is arithmetic and logical unit, which performs this arithmetic and logical operations. And this control units controls all the activities of the arithmetic logic unit and memory, as well as input and output devices. It has all the controls. And then output is generated, it is stored in a memory, and then again it is displayed on the output device. So output devices, which are the output device? Your monitor, then your camera. Camera is input as well as output device, because you can see it captures the image as well as it displays image. At a time you can see its preview also, how it's looking. Okay, so it is output device also. Then your scanner. Scanner is an input device and it is giving you output as well. So these are the various output devices which are performing this arithmetic and logical operations. The next you can see is the accuracy. Okay, so computers are accurate as compared to any other devices or as compared to the human brain. Means if we are doing some bigger calculations, then there are chances of getting error. But if you see error rate of the computers, it is always less or it is negligible, means we cannot even find out what is the error in the calculation. So computers are very accurate. The next property is the reliability. Means computer will be available whenever you need it. Means suppose human beings, if we compare computers with the human beings, so then computers are highly reliable as compared to the human beings. If I'm not feeling well or if I'm out of station, then I will not be available for some work for someone. Okay, but this is not case with the computers. Computers are always available there whenever you need it. That's why they are very reliable. Then next see, here you can see storage. Okay, so computer stores high amount of data. It is in gigabytes, terabytes. We just saw the conversion of this conversion or units of the computers which we are using. So it stores large amount of data. Then next property is the retrieving data and program. Okay, so you can say this property as a recalling property. So we can retrieve the data and we can use that data in current programs. Next point is the automation. Nowadays, supercomputers are there. So in our computers, we are adding this AI feature, that is artificial intelligence. So artificial means what? Man-made, and intelligence, you know that. So we are adding this artificial intelligence in computers so that everything we need not to perform every task. Some tasks are automatically done by the computers. Okay, simple example. Whenever you are giving settings to your mobile phone, like after 5 seconds, your screen will goes off. So automatically it will goes off. Nowadays we are using IoT technique, that is Internet of Things technique. We are using various sensors. So remotely we can have access to our home AC, our home appliances, or if you want to switch on and switch off your computers from the offices, so that task can be done easily. We are using IoT, we are having sensors connected to equipments, and we can operate those equipments easily. Okay, so now in everything automation is there. If you see the mechanical industries, conveyor belt is running, and on that some robots are working. So if car manufacturing industry is there, some parts manufacturing, then assembling, then painting, then maintenance. So all these tasks are performed automatically by the robots in a sequence. So automation is the next characteristics. Now, you can see the next characteristic of the computer is the versatility. Okay, so versatility means flexible, or we can say it is multitasking. It's you are also versatile, means you are attending lecture, you are listening to songs, someone is wandering here and there. So you are also versatile. So likewise, computer is also a versatile. It is multitasking. Means on computer we can perform several tasks at a time. You can listen to songs, you can download movies, or you can prepare the documents, you can work on certain software, you can do the development like this. So multiple tasks can be performed simultaneously. So that is nothing but the versatility property of the computer. Next property you can see is the consistency. So again, if we compare computers with the human brain, if I ask you to do the writing task, or to do the calculations, suppose I'm giving you some task in which calculations are involved, and if I ask you that you have to finish this task, is very big and you have to finish this task in today only, so continuously you have to work for that. But for human being this is not possible, you have to take the break. Okay, so computers are consistent. They can consistently perform any task for any amount of time. Okay, some conditions are there that battery or sometimes heating problem is there, but they can work consistently. And last one is the communications. Means these computers are connected to the other computers, and because of the computers, this communication has become easier. Now we are using the mobile phones. Now, just say when I start Kia, only I think 7, 8 were there, but immediately others joined. So I think this is because of the communication that yes, madam has joined. Chalo, join kar do. Okay, so communicated, everything communications. Now also you are communicating with each others. Okay, so like that. So because of this computers, communications has become easier. So these are the characteristics of the computers. See students, though these things, whatever I'm explaining, these are simpler. You know that क्या पढ़ा रहे हैं मैडम, कितना easy है, हमें सब पता है ये. But you are having practical exam. Okay, and I observe that whenever external asks the same question, which are the operating system, what are the components of computer, what are the characteristics of computer, but that time you are not able to answer these questions. Okay, so though it looks simple, you should have these points in your mind so that at the time of oral you can explain these points. Okay. Now next point we'll see, it is hardware and software. So hardware, computer hardware means what? These are the parts of computer which can be touched. It is called as hardware. So physical components or physical parts are called as the computer hardware. So which are the hardwares? Monitor is there, CPU, we can touch keyboard, mouse, speaker. Yes, exactly. So these are the, any other hardware, can you tell me? Other, yes, pardon?
Printer.
Screen touch. Yes,
Printer.
printer is there. Yes, that is also hardware. Hard disk is there. So these all, which the parts which we can touch, it is nothing but it is a hardware. Now, what is software? Definition is given itself here. The parts of computer which cannot be touched is called as a software. So these are the virtual things. These are inside your hardware. So that is called as the software. In software also, different types of softwares are there. See, these points are important from your oral point of view. That operating system software. Now, that examiner can ask you which operating system you are using for your laptop, which operating system is there in your computer labs. So that time you should know these are the softwares, or we are usually calling them as a operating systems, or which OS you are using. So operating system softwares we are using like this: Windows, it may be Mac, Linux, Ubuntu, etc. Okay. Now, application software. This operating system softwares, these are the base for every computer. And on that operating system, we are installing some other softwares for specific purpose. Okay, for specific purpose. And so if I'm saying that MS Office, so what is the use of MS Office? Yes, anyone tell me what is the use of MS Office? For what purpose we are using it? Yes, anyone? Raju Kumar is there?
Ma'am,
Yuvraj.
Yuvraj this side. Ma'am, Office is used for many purposes, like Word, PowerPoint, for many official purposes.
Yes, for many official purposes, we are using this MS Office. So basically this MS Office is a package which has Word, Excel, PowerPoint, and for database purpose, in that we have Outlook. Okay, so on Word, we can perform the documentation related things. Excel can perform the calculations, and it can store the basically numeric data. Then for present purpose, we're using the PowerPoint, and this Outlook is or Access. Yes, anyone? Access is used as a database. So these are the subsystems of this MS Office. Now, another example, Photoshop. What is the purpose of Photoshop?
It is a software to edit photos.
To edit photos. So editing tasks, giving effects, adding animations, adding multimedia. You can use all these things in a Photoshop. Next one is the media player. Yes, anyone tell me what is the use of media player?
Used to play videos and music.
Yes, it is used to play the videos, movies, etc. And music also. Audio files can be executed in media player. So these softwares are, or these applications are for specific purpose. We cannot use this MS Office to play the music. We cannot use this Photoshop for documentation purpose. Their purpose is defined, and that's why they are called as the application software. Now next, see internet browser softwares. So for browsing internet, we are using various browsers. like IE is there, Internet Explorer, Mozilla Firefox, Google Chrome. These are the various browser. Now, if you see, every company has its own browser, but usually we are using this IE, Google Chrome, Mozilla, Google's browser, etc. Okay. Okay. Now the next point is generation of computers. Okay. So you can see here, total 5 generations are there, including current generation. So first generation is from 1945 to 1955. So it has used the vacuum tubes. This is the summarized table. This is also summarized table with some examples here in this table. Examples are given for first generation, second, third, fourth, and fifth generation. We'll see this in detail also, that first generation computers are used during this period, that is 1942, 1956. Okay. Here these computers use the vacuum tubes technology. They have used the vacuum tubes technology for the calculation as well as for the storage and control purpose. These are very old computers. They are bigger in size. They are having the size of one rooms, one building, like that. Okay, because they are using this vacuum tube technology. And what are the advantages? So if we compare these with today's computers, obviously they are very slow or they are not of use. But these are the fastest computing devices of their time. Means if we compare that time's first generation computers with the human computations or with simple calculators, then obviously they are fastest computing. Then these computers were able to execute complex mathematical problems in initial manner. So these first generation computers were not using the AI features. They were not able to do the tasks of predictions. They are able to perform this mathematical operations only. Means even not able to perform the logical operations. It's simple. It is like a calculator, but higher amount of calculations can be done in generators. What are the disadvantages of this? So the functioning of these computers, it is dependent on the machine language. It is dependent on the machine language. Old languages, COBOL, etc., which are the machine languages, means this language cannot be understood by the human being. And they were generally designed as a special purpose computers. Means if I want to do the certain task, suppose in company for accounting purpose, then separate accounting computer is there. For industry, for development purpose, separate development computer was there, like there. So these computers are designed for specific purpose. And here, this use of vacuum tube technology make these computers very large and bulky. As I said, because of this, they are very large and bulky. Its size is bigger. And they were not easily transferable from one place to another place due to their huge size, and also required to be placed in cool places. Okay, so for that, coolers and this AC for cooling are required. They are also of huge size, and because of this huge size, they are not transferable. It is difficult to carry them. Nowadays also we are saying that if we are thinking about the laptop, always we think that no, its weight should be minimum. If mobile, its weight should be minimum, so that it is easy to carry, it is easy to handle. Okay, so this is the main disadvantage. And they were single tasking because they could execute only one program at a time. Parallel computing was not there. Parallel computing was not there. Serial computing, first perform one thing, then second, then thing. So at a time, only one thing can be performed in a one program. And they generated huge amount of heat, and hence they were prone to hardware faults. In today's world also, if you are we have laptops 2 years back or 10 years back, and still we are using that laptops, or sometimes laptops or mobile phones are giving this heating problem. If we are using them continuously, then it leads to the hardware faults. So this is the same problem with those generation computers. So this is all about the first generation computers. Next, you can see second generation computer. So this second generation computers are derived during this period, that is 1956 to 1963. And here these vacuum tubes are replaced by these transistors. So while remember like this: initially generation 1 vacuum tubes, generation 2 transistors. So obviously, if we are using the transistors, then size will be minimized if we compare the transistor and vacuum tubes. Okay, and here as transistors are there, along with the mathematical operation, some logic circuits are added, and because of which it performs the logical operations as well. So can you remember likewise? First generation computer, vacuum tube, mathematical operation. Second generation computer, transistors, logical circuits were there. That's why logical operations are there. So what are the advantages? These are the fastest computing devices of their time. If we compare them with the vacuum tube devices, they are easy to program because of the use of assembly language. So here this machine language is replaced by the assembly language, and it could be transferred from one place to other place easily because they were small and light. Okay, and it requires very less power in carrying out their operations. So this comparison is not with the today's computers. This comparison is with the first generation computers. That's why they are more powerful with higher performance as compared to the previous generation. They are more reliable, did not require the maintenance at regular intervals of time because transistors are used. Now see what are the disadvantages. So you can see the input and output media were not improved to considerable. Okay, we are using this and required to be placed. So you can see this problem was there from the start itself. In today also we have to monitor computers if bigger servers are there. So they should be better ventilated. ACs should be used in that room. Okay, and the cost of these computers was very high, and they were beyond the reach of the home users. And these are the special purpose computers and could execute only specific applications. So as these are specific purpose, means accounting computer cannot be used for by industry manufacturers. They cannot be used as ERP by education organization. Now next see third generation computers. And these third generation computers are used during this period, that is 1964 to 1975. And here this transistors replaced by the ICs, that is integrated circuit. Here in this diagram you can see these transistors, in ICs. And these are chips kind of thing, which are very small in size. So that's why again they are faster, productive, easily transferable, and it could be installed very easily, and it requires a less space, and it can execute any type of application. Okay, so these are the advantages. And if you see the generations of computers, this storage capacity of this computers is very small. What is the problem in this generation computers? Storage capacity is very small. The performance of these computers degraded while executing large applications, it involving complex computations because of the small storage capacity. Now size decreased, capacity also decreased. Okay, they are directly proportional. So the cost of these computers was very high, and again they have the same problem of this cooling. Next you can see the computers which we are using today, that is the fourth generation computers. So they are using this technology, VLSI technology, that is very large scale integration technology, in which parallel computing is possible. Because you can see previous computers were performing only serial operations, and here this fourth generation computers, they are using this VLSI technology, because of which this parallel computing can be possible, because of which simultaneous we can perform the multiple tasks, and nowadays we are calling them as a personal computers. So here these are the advantages. Now you know these advantages. They are with the high processing speed, less access time, storage capacity is higher, and you can access that data from the storage in a faster way. Less maintenance is required, and computers with, they are very highly versatile. So whatever properties we just saw, these all properties are there in this fourth generation computers. And here, these are some of the disadvantages, that the soldering of LSI and VLSI chips on wire boards multitask requires complicated technology. If you see the motherboard, some chips are there, and for that purpose, this wiring is required, which is again the complicated task. And the working of these computers is still dependent on the instructions given by the programmer. Means see what we are expecting. We're saying that computer is working on our instruction, and what is our expectation? We want that it should work itself. That it means how it will work itself, how that computer will take decision itself. It is possible only when computer has a human brain, or it is possible for the computer to mimic the human brain. That time only it is possible. And this will be there in this fifth generation computer. As now we are moving towards this AI, machine learning, artificial intelligence, etc. Means we are adding intelligence in the computers. Okay, so these are the intelligent computers, and these are the modern digital computers. So here they will use this ultra large scale integration technology that allows almost 10 million electronic components to be fabricated on one small chip. So these are the advantages. Will be the fastest, and large number of applications can be there. So you can read out whatever all features of the computers are there, that will be included in this kind of computers. Okay, so this is all first generation to the fifth generation. We'll see these next points in the next session. Who is the CR?
Ma'am, 66, Sumit Joshi.
Sumit. Okay, Sumit. I will share my number in the chat box. So afterwards, please provide me attendance. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Number of upset students. Sumit Joshi. Okay. You can ping me afterwards. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Thank you. So we'll stop here.
Madam, please do not end the session. Make me the host.
Okay. Okay, sir. Yes.
Thank you, ma'am. Okay, so good morning, everyone.
Good morning, sir.
Hey, Tushar, did you connect to the other division yesterday?
Pardon?
Were you present in that other division class also?
No, sir. I thought there was a combined class of Kulap, sir, so I joined over there.
Okay.
Then afterwards, I left.
Yes, I saw your profile picture in this division. Then when I logged on to the other division, I again saw you. I thought maybe I entered the wrong class. So, okay. Anyways, then I understood that. Okay.